guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is the monthly reading for March 2021 for all of the signs. For the reading, I'll be using the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann for the main spread. I will be pulling an oracle card from the Ask Your Guides deck, and if I need to clarify, I will use the Zillich Tarot. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested in that, all the information can be found in the description box below the video. Also, I would encourage you, if you're on TikTok, you can connect with me there. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot on TikTok. And just a big thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, coming back each month. It really does mean a lot to me, and I hope that my readings are able to bring you a little bit of guidance or help, or at least just entertainment. So thanks so much, and I will see each of the signs in a second for your reading. Hi Capricorn, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. I have been shuffling off camera, but I'll give the deck a few more shuffles here. So what are the messages for Capricorn? March 2021. What does Capricorn need to know? The messages for Capricorn. The Earth sign Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for the month of March? One more. Okay, there we go. Right, so the card that came out, this at the center of your spread, is the Six of Pentacles, crossed by the Queen of Cups. And the foundation, the Four of Swords. Recent past, the Page of Swords. Crowning your reading, the Eight of Wands. In the near future, the Three of Cups. You appear as the Queen of Wands. Let me move this over just a little bit. Surrounding you in your environment, the Queen of Swords. Hopes and fears, Ten of Swords. And outbound energy, the Hierophant, number 5 of the Major Arcana. All right, and bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the month. You have the Eight of Pentacles. If I look underneath that, we have the Justice card. So, yeah, there might be something that, it's been kind of a long time coming, and now you're finally getting what you deserve, like in a good way. So, the scales of justice finally being balanced in your favor. It's a very karmic energy, the Justice. And it could have to do with a new job, a new way for you, to make money. So, interesting. Okay, let's go through everything. So, the Six of Pentacles at the center. This, it speaks of, again, a balance, right? We have the balance with the scales of justice, but Six of Pentacles, it's like that give and take type of energy. Earth energy, right? The suit of Pentacles. And earth energy has to do with the money that we earn, the work that we do. It's our home, our family. So it's very stable, tangible energy. And this can be, having enough to be able to give to others, to help others. It can be, this give and take, sort of applying for a loan, getting money in, or repaying a loan, somebody coming to you for money, or you repaying money. There's some type of give and take with your, finances or material possessions here, but it's a very balanced energy. So obviously if you are giving, it's because you have enough, you're in a position to be able to help somebody else. So, you are doing well enough that you are able to help. It can also be like a giving of not just finances, but of your time, so donating time. But there's a very balanced energy here. And what could help or hinder this Six of Pentacles is the Queen of Cups. And out of all of the queens, she is the most intuitive. She is water energy. And you can see she's actually submerged here. She's sitting underwater. So she's very in control of her feelings, her emotions. The Suit of Cups deals with relationships and especially intuition in the case of this Queen of Cups, sorry. So you might be, this could be what is either, helping this material balance. So listening to that inner guidance, relying on your intuition, going with that gut feeling. If there's a decision to be made surrounding your finances or the work that you do, listen to that inner voice, because that is, this Queen of Cups, yes, as the queen of her suit, she has mastered the Suit of Cups. So she's very, emotionally stable, very open, very loving. But there's, with her helping this situation, it's really through either being more open, more understanding, or especially listening to her intuition. So could be important for you this month to rely on intuition as you are either dealing with, this could be a decision or, something to do with the money that you earn, right? Your job. And in the deep past, there's been, some difficult energy that you have been healing from. I mean, the Four of Swords, you can see that, especially in this deck, if we think about what comes before the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords, that's not the easiest of energy. So it's a card of disappointment. It can be the card of like a third party situation in more of a, a relationship reading. It's not easy, right? But it can also just be like disappointment, in the work or career sector. Maybe you've been trying to get a job for a long time, and it just hasn't worked out. You've done a lot of interviews, you submitted a lot of applications and nothing's worked out. And so, it's like one time after another, just disappointment. But you've been getting over that, right? And she's used all of the swords here, and sort of the lessons from the past and the disappointments. And she's used that to build. You can see there's like the little heart from the Three of Swords, and she's used that to build her current reality. So she's grown from that. She's learned from it. And she's now, she's healing. So there's been some type of healing that you've been going through. In the recent past, the Page of Swords, this page brings in great knowledge, right? Wisdom, clarity of mind. Even though it's a page, and pages are usually, it's like that young, immature energy. Could be a person, right? With it being a court card. If so, this would typically be a younger air sign individual, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But I usually view pages more as messengers. They bring in news, right? And this news, you can see that she's like walking forward. She's going across this sword, right? And the sword, it's like making a bridge for her to cross over. So there's some knowledge that's coming in that's going to kind of get you from A to B, kind of get you from one place to the next. And it could be like that clarity, sort of aha, epiphany, almost like the Ace of Swords. With her, you see she's carrying like all of the light bulbs. So there's something definitely coming in, news. On the more negative side, the Page of Swords can be when people are like watching you, sort of stalking you, following you on social media. But it's not necessarily negative. And I say that because we have the Eight of Wands, which is like news coming in right after this. So if you have applied for a job, or, you know, if you are going out for a promotion, or you're waiting to get interviewed or something like along those lines, this could just be people checking up on you. You know, you've submitted your application, and so they're doing their due diligence. They're seeing, who is this person? You know, they're looking up your qualifications, reviewing your CV. They might be going onto social media and seeing, you know, what you do, what you post online. But it's not necessarily negative. You know, it could just be part of, say, the interviewing process. Or if you're trying to get into a university, or, you know, however it plays out in your life, it's people kind of taking a, you know, looking at things. But there's this clarity coming in. And then we have this wonderful Eight of Wands, which is, you know, this is the news. This is what you've been waiting for. So this is like that fast back and forth communication. So, you know, if you have been submitting applications or waiting for the interview, this is it coming in. So it's the email back and forth, the text messages back and forth, setting up the time, you know, oh, can you come whatever day? Yes, here's, you know, what do you need from me? So it's like back and forth. If this has to do more with a relationship, and I'm honestly, I mean, I'm getting more like career or, you know, a business venture opportunity, just because of, you know, the Six of Pentacles, it sits at the center. You also have the Eight of Pentacles as the overall energy. So it's more towards, you know, the tangible things like finances. It could be, you know, for some of your relationship, but I'm getting more along the lines of money and business and jobs. So, you know, this is you getting that call, right? The news about, and it's usually positive news. The Eight of Wands is usually good news coming in, and it's just sort of confirmed by the Three of Cups coming up in the near future, because this is by sort of halfway through the month, you are celebrating. So it's the, you know, yes, you have the job. Okay, let me call, you know, my friends and let me celebrate with my friends. Or, you know, this can be a more significant celebration. It can be celebrating a job, celebrating the promotion. It can also be more significant, like celebrating a pregnancy, news of a pregnancy, news of a birth of a child. It can be news of an engagement, a wedding. Okay, but it's definitely, it's getting together with other people, enjoying the company of other people, but celebrating whatever this news is with other people. So celebrations coming in. Threes are also to do with like opportunity. They're very expansive energies, so things expanding and growing, really taking off for you. And you show up as the Queen of Wands. So this is you in the energy of the Queen of Wands, and I love her. She is, not only is she very, you know, attractive and sort of dynamic and alluring, she's also like the queen of multitasking. You know, she gets everything done, whatever she needs to do. She handles it. And so she is a very strong energy to have for starting, if it's a new job, if this new job requires movement, if this, you know, so it's very good energy to have. You could be dealing with an older fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but this is you showing up as the Queen of Wands. So it's just more you really fired up and exciting. And you have another queen here in your environment, and this could be another person. She would typically be more of an older air sign individual, Libra, Sagittarius, not Sagittarius, sorry, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and male or female, even though she appears as the queen in these general readings, the court cards are not gender specific, but generally older. So it could be like a mother figure, your own mother, mother of your children. And she's usually, you know, she has a plan for everything, right? As the Queen of Swords, she is very direct. She's very smart, very astute. She's very good at kind of looking at the whole situation, coming up with a plan. She always has a plan, and she's surrounding you. So if this is not you taking on this energy, because it's also how others view you. Could be how others view you. Sometimes she comes across as a little too direct, right? Because she is very honest. She's very sort of straightforward with what she has to say. So it could be you maybe, expressing yourself or being more direct than you normally would be. And others, this is how they're viewing you. Or this is somebody surrounding you in your environment who, if there is anything to do with moving or a new job, I mean, this person might come in to give you some good advice, and I was looking back over here at the Justice card. I mean, this can be like justice of the peace, a lawyer. So it could be something to do with like legal advice as well for some of you, or seeking counsel. And your hopes and fears, you're hoping for this ending, right? And the ending that brings in a new beginning, the Ten of Swords. In this deck, I like how it's depicted because usually, or a lot of times, the Ten of Swords shows somebody just, in a horrible situation. Usually they're face down on the ground, or they're standing up and they have like swords in their back, and it's just really represents like the lowest point of a situation. But what the Ten of Swords brings in is the Ace of Swords. So you have to have the one ending to bring in the new cycle, the new beginning, which is, a card of victory, the Ace of Swords. But I like how she's like walking away. It almost gives me the sort of Eight of Cups vibes, this Ten of Swords, because she's just moving on, and it's like it doesn't even matter to her kind of what has happened and all of the negativity and the the deception. She's now moving forward, so she's leaving it all behind her and she's not looking back, right? So she's moving forward, and I feel that you're just you're ready to move on. You're ready to turn the page. This is what you're hoping for, right? And you leave with the Hierophant. Now this Hierophant, this can be you entering into, signing on the dotted line, entering into the new job, you getting accepted at the university of your choice, you beginning, it could be working for like a large institution, like a university or a school system. But you receiving that welcome into the company or into the, however it plays out in your life, it's this new beginning, because the Hierophant sits at, yes, he's a religious figure, right? He sits as sort of the head of this religious institution, but he also represents, large institutions that follow or that have that very structured, sort of ceremonies and order and ways of doing things. So we usually think of it like, the court system, or the government, or a large school system, or it's a large institution. He is like a religious figure as well, but there's something to, and you see how it's like there's the stairs up, so that could be, you're climbing the ladder. This could be a definite promotion for you, right? This new whatever this new career is or new opportunity is, it's moving you kind of up the ladder there. And with the overall energy being the Eight of Pentacles, this is like the bachelor or bachelorette card. So it's the independent person card. It's you have worked long and hard for where you are, right? And it's like the worker bee card, sometimes referred to as the apprentice card, and could be you doing some additional training, additional courses, getting an additional certification. It could have to do with this new opportunity. They might say, okay, we want you to start working for us, but you first need to complete some type of, safety training or safeguarding training or some type of training. So you go and you do that, but it's having your nose to the grindstone, working hard, really focused on, your money, your career, your business. You could actually be writing as well. Some of you might be writing, you might be working on a book. But this is a hard-working energy. So I feel that's why going back to what I was saying sort of at the beginning, I'm not getting like the relationship energy coming off of the spread. It's very much, you know, you focused on yourself, your career, where you're going, where you're heading in life, what you're doing. It's that type of energy that's coming off of the spread. Let me go ahead and take an additional card here. So one additional message for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know? What's the message for Capricorn for the month of March? What do they need to know? One additional message for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, month of March. Okay, we'll do one last shuffle. And divide the deck. And you have intuition. What was I saying about intuition, right? Inner child. I was saying that and look, I love all, I swear this month, this deck, I don't usually use this deck, this Ask Your Guys, but I was guided to use it. And all of the oracle cards have just tied in so beautifully with the main spread. So this one, it's number 42. 4 plus 2 is 6, which is a number of balance. And you have the 6 of Pentacles right at the center of the spread. And the Queen of Cups. And I kept saying about how she's so, she's out of all the queens, the most intuitive. You have intuition is your card. So let me go ahead and get the guidebook and have a look. Number 42. Here we go. So intuition, inner child. Instinct, invention, trust, impulses. The door to your inner child is opening, and he or she walks through, bringing you the gift of intuition. You may not be entirely comfortable with this newfound source of insight and may not know exactly what to do with it. However, don't toss it aside or try to analyze it to death. Instead, accept this gift and play with it. Apply your intuition to non-threatening situations and learn how it works. Don't try to control it because you can't. It's exciting and powerful and is to be respected and followed, not tamed. Trust your inner child's willingness to share its magic so that you may benefit. The message for you is, trust me. So trust in the messages coming through, right, with your intuition this month, definitely. And, summarizing, it just looks like a really strong focus on your finances, you working on yourself, possibly taking some additional courses. We have, this news of possibly the new job coming in or something new starting up for you, right? And then by the end of the month, there may be the contract that you're signing here with the Hierophant. The Hierophant can also be marriage. Can't not say that, right? He's also can be associated with marriage. But again, since I'm just getting so much energy from finances and career, I'm just, it's more to do with the being welcomed in or entering into a large organization. Okay, and he can also be the Hierophant. You might be dealing with a Taurus, right? He's associated with the sign of Taurus. I think I told you all the other signs. Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's it, Capricorn. I mean, it looks like an amazing month, so I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of March. Bye for now.